Greetings, peoples of the interwebs. Jake here. I'm once more at Red River Gorge. I'm hiking to Natural Bridge, which is one of the biggest attractions here at Red River Gorge, because it is a arch that is about 60 feet tall and 70 feet long. And yeah, it is a nice, cool, overcast day. It's May 10th, the day of this recording. I figured Natural Bridge would be a cool place to showcase here in this series. And also, the weather is probably not going to be this cool, because it's like mid-50s right now, for too much longer. So that means I won't be able to comfortably hike. Probably, I don't know, maybe a couple more weeks in May or so, and then get be a little too warm and humid. So, with introductions out of the way, I will see you all out on the trail. So here's the thing about this trail. It's super short, only half a mile, but it is solid incline. So if any of you lovely people are watching this and have not yet been to Natural Bridge, keep that in mind. Very steep, but once you get to the top, it kind of levels out and meanders a bit. Because I'm already starting to break up a sweat, and I've just begun this thing. But I'm really glad I chose to come today, even though there's a little bit of rain driving up here. It was mostly around Lexington, but then as soon as I got into Clark County, started to kind of, still a little bit of sprinkles, but not too bad. And honestly, even if it rains here, as long as it sprinkles, I can manage. And again, as a pasty pale Irish ginger, overcast, cool weather, mid-50s right now, that is my jam. Alright, I'll see you all back up on the trail. Alright, so there is part of the bridge right there. Can't really see a whole lot because the trees are obscuring it, but pretty impressive. Almost feels like something you'd see out of a fantasy novel or film. An entire bridge made out of stone by the dwarves. But alright, I'll see you all on the bridge. Alright. So we're ascending the bridge. And to ascend, gotta crawl through this very nasty narrow cutting into the rock formation. Which, if you're claustrophobic, is really the only part, so no worries. But it is quite narrow. I'm a hobbit-sized man, and thankfully I don't have to go sideways, but if my backpack or myself were a little bit wider, I would have to squeeze in here sideways. Thankfully just gotta tuck the arms in a little bit, and we're all good to go. And now that we have made it out of the passage, which if you come here later in the afternoon, there's usually always a line to come up and down. This is one of the only ways to get to the top of the bridge outside of the sky lift. But anywho, let's keep on moving. I'll show you all the top of the bridge. It is quite a lovely sight all around. So that trail's closed, and that is another way to get up here. This is the most common way if you don't take the lift. So again, as you can see, the bridge stretches all the way back down that way. And then that cliffside there. I'm going to make my way over there once I've sat down and had a bit of a rest and showcase the beautiful views, because honestly, in my opinion, that has some of the better views than the bridge. The bridge has really good views, although I think the fall is the better time to come here for the views. You don't have all the leaves in the way, but still very beautiful on this rather pleasant, cool May morning. All right, everybody, I'll see you all out on the trail. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna make my way to that cliff face, and I'll pass the sky lift. But actually, before I start making my way down that trail, look at this view right here. All the ridges, trees, and nice overcast clouds. Perfect day for a hike, my friends. Yeah, Lookout Point. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name of that bit of the trail. Yeah, so we're doing Laurel Ridge to Lookout Point. Fairly short trail. I'll probably get footage of me going back down the bridge, maybe. And then I might do Rock Garden, because I honestly don't know if I've done Rock Garden or not. Because as much as I've been here, I think this will be the 6th or 7th time I've been here over, I don't know, several years altogether. There's still a couple that I haven't either done or done fully, and I think Rock Garden's one of them, so that is probably the trail I will take as I'm heading back down the mountain. But anywho, I'll catch you all back on the trail. We are fastly approaching our destination at Lookout Point. Behold, a view most spectacular. So, to our right, we have the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. Or just, Natural Bridge, if you don't know Lord of the Rings references. I don't know the name of that rock formation, but I know it's got a name. And it's cool. So, I'm just gonna walk around the perimeter here, just that way I can showcase to you lovely people all this natural beauty. So, I actually began my hike down there near Lakeside, then came all the way up that way. Hopefully the audio, you can hear this alright, because it is a bit windy up here. Yeah. This has already been a spectacular day, and maybe only an hour in. It's after a 6-day work week, and an upcoming 6-day work week, I definitely needed a day to just come up to the mountains, escape, and unwind. But, alright everybody, I think I may take a bit of a rest. I will probably engage third-person mode just to showcase a little bit more of this wonderful view. So, could have timed this perfectly, because look, no one else around, because this is also a very popular spot on the trail, your Natural Bridge. Bridge off there in the distance. This around me. So, if you do come to Natural Bridge, I would definitely recommend getting here as early as possible. There is a lodge, the Hemlock Lodge, like right at the trailhead. I've never actually stayed there, but it seems pretty nice. But yeah, if you're just looking for like a convenient base of operations to explore Natural Bridge, Red River Gorge, solid spot. Yeah, such a wonderful day. But I'll see you all back on the trail. Alright everybody, so we're at Lover's Leap Lookout, which this is actually the first time that I've been here. Which that's, kind of the beauty of Red River Gorge. It's like no matter how many times I do some of these trails, I'm still barely scratching the surface. So, you can see little campers down there. I'm not sure which campsite that is. Or maybe be part of the grounds here at Natural Bridge State Park. But yeah, so I am really digging this, and not really encountered a whole lot of people on the trails, which is great, especially the popular spots like here. So I have it all to myself. And then just look at that cool rock formation there, jutting out. All right. Well, I think I will probably grab me some breakfast while I'm resting here at Lover's Leap, then make my way down to Rock Garden Trail, record a bit of that, and then call it a day. Because I'm probably going to do a shorter hike since I'm running solo. So I'll see you all back out on the trail. And even now, at around, I don't know, like 10, still not a whole lot of people up here. I don't know if it's because of the weather, because like I said, it did rain a little bit on my way up here, or I don't know, people just had other things going on, but I'm not going to complain, because usually this bridge is crowded with people later in the day. But then again, it is still relatively early-ish. So, but I will be heading back down before this bridge gets crowded. But again, keep that in mind if you decide to come here, lovely viewers. Get here early. Up the stairs we go. Which are rather steep. So if you're looking for a good leg exercise, this will do it. Is there anything up here to explore? A little bit of commentary. I've been listening to the Hobbit soundtrack while on this hike, and say what you want about the Hobbit films. I have my own fair share of criticisms, don't get me wrong, but Howard Shore knocked it out of the park with that soundtrack, much like he did with the Lord of the Rings score. So if you're looking for good tunes to hike to, Howard Shore's Hobbit or Lord of the Rings scores can't go wrong. Right. I'm doing a bit of walking at the base of the bridge. Which up ahead, this is the spot that I think it is. There's like these really cool markings, weather markings. This isn't quite the spot, but I don't know. Just cool erosion. It's further down here. I just passed it maybe 30 minutes ago and I've already forgotten. Oh well. Yeah, I think it might be up here. No, it's further up. Alright. Gotta watch your head when you're doing this bit. Like, they don't have to kneel down too much because I'm hobbit-sized. But nonetheless, wouldn't want to bump your head on solid stone. Might hurt just a little bit. And I'm working my way back to kind of the base. Or I guess I'm at the base now, but underneath the arch of Natural Bridge before I think I will hike a little bit more before I call it a day and head home. But it has been a wonderful day. I'll see you all back out on the trail. Buddy, I am heading back to my car because it started to rain as I was coming down Natural Bridge. So even though I got in, by the time I get to the car, probably around like 4.5, 5 miles, so shorter than what I usually do. Still a good day, and got a good hike in, and got my therapy. Because hiking and being out in nature is my therapy. And that is exactly what I needed. So, I'll see you all next time.